Well, good evening, everybody, then, and welcome back, should I say, to the Endurance Series. One day late again. I think we might move this to Thursdays. It seems to be the more natural day for when I feel like streaming it. But, yeah, a bit of work to do in this. Obviously, we unfortunately fell behind Signatech last time out, with a pretty average result. We've got to remember we have the fourth quickest car, so this is going to be quite a battle with Signatech. Although, to be fair, Signatech apparently have the sixth best car and fifth best drivers, so they're punching well above their weight, it must be said. Good evening, Leaf. How you doing, my friend? Welcome along to the stream again. So yeah, I mean, we're not doing ourselves any favours here by going down this huge recruitment drive of trying to get XF1 drivers. I think we might try and replace Graves with an XF1 driver, and then we might just leave it at that. Just one car of XF1 drivers for the moment, because of course we've already got Vern. Just to try and sort out a car and push forward a bit in that sense. Also, they're very expensive. They're used to the high life, these XF1 drivers, and we're having to pay quite considerably for them, unfortunately. Excuse me. Always happens. Voice is fine. Start streaming. It just goes completely. Long day. Anyway, let's continue and get on with today's episode then, shall we? Hope everybody is well at the moment. Pit crew are all good, so no problems there. It's typical, isn't it? We hire an aging F1 driver and immediately he gets a dodgy neck for the next 8 weeks. And that's going to affect his fitness. So we're only going to be able to use Webber for shorter stints. Which means if we have a situation where we've got to put each driver in for an hour, it's not going to be very viable for Webber. But we'll continue on. Now, Kubica was the other driver I really wanted to get. He has a hard time cornering. Fitness is his strength. Well, I don't know about that. Rosberg is a good shout. I don't think he's in here, though. Otherwise, we would have added him to the list. Scouting. Let's have a look. Can I just search by name? Don't think I can search by name. So I have to do it in order. Nico. We might have missed him, to be fair. That's a really good shout. No, so no Rosberg there. He might be just a single-seater driver, though, to be fair. Nico Muller. Rosberg isn't in this. That is surprising. He is. He's driving for me in my playthrough. Okay, whether I have an old version or something then. Because I see no Nico Rosberg. So I don't know why he's not here. Maybe he's hidden. Ah, that's a good point. Yeah, Scouting Centre might have to discover him. So that's probably the reason for that. We'll keep in mind for the second car if we manage to upgrade our Scouting Centre. That seems stupid, really. You have hidden drivers. I mean, surely it should just have traits. But anyway. Right, I really want Kubica. I think it'd be a great story to get him back racing. He's really not the best driver in the world, but he's better than what we've got in that first car. So we'll approach him and see what he says. His wages aren't too important, so we'll start pretty low. We'll say equal car, because we always try and give equal cars. You prefer a long contract, that's fine. Not important, not important. Alright, let's open it up there and see what he says. I remember what someone said last time about putting bonuses, so I don't know. We'll see what he says anyway. He shouldn't want too much money, he just wants a drive, surely. Right, pit crew will wait until the end. We need to go forward a day so that we can... oh, these stupid interview things. You don't have to respond. If everybody responded to every email in their email box every day, nothing would ever get done in the world. So that's completely untrue. Right, new engine's done. So let's build another one straight away. I'm going to go with fuel efficiency improvement. We will go to plus 40 with the max speed, will we? What's that do? 859, 854, but it's much better to begin with. To be honest, I'll shave off those 4 points just to have it immediately better. So let's get that built. We have to wait another day before we can go to the parts. Here we go. Right, so we've got 11 weeks, I've noticed, left on the factory. So that's really crucial. We really need that upgrade so that we can improve parts at a quicker rate. But alas, we cannot just yet. So we'll keep improving the performance of the 2 new brakes. Reliability, we'll continue on that for the moment. We'll switch this nose over to that one. And then we'll probably switch to... Oh, we've got the new engine now, haven't we? We should probably switch to that then. That was almost a bad mistake. And performance, now we'll keep it on the brakes for the moment. The performance is this blooming slider. Why do you do this game? Right, sponsor offers. This is what we want, cash money. So 4 or above, not really likely at the moment. Or 8 million up front for either Hugo Boss or Esso. Now, I don't think we use Esso fuel. I thought we used some kind of other fuel. Yeah, we use Total. I'm not putting 2 fuel sponsors on our car. That's just stupid. So we'll go with Hugo Boss. Same length deal. 8 million in the bank straight away. And that should help with the negotiations for some very expensive XF1 drivers. 5th or above. Again, I hate these objectives that are reliant on target positions. I prefer just to have money in the bank. So 293,000 for 13 races will definitely be the better overall. 1.2 in the bank. I mean, we would have made that back after what 4 or 5 races. So we'll go Puma, and yeah, should increase up to 1.4 million, which gives us a bit of headroom if we want to bring some other people on board. Right, pit crew. Harper looks like a fairly good all-rounder. I really don't like that high mistake chance though, and our pit crew's been okay so far. So I think we'll keep with what we've got. And let's just continue on then. A long old time between the endurance races, almost a month, so there's a lot we can do to the car in that time. To be fair though, the parts development time seems to have been increased. I don't remember an engine taking about 40 days in the other game modes. Driver aids allowed. Will not benefit teams with good drivers. Hey, we've got XF1 ace Mark Webber and Jean-Eric Verne and some people you've never heard of. How dare they say our drivers aren't good? Well, if we're going for all these XF1 drivers, I really don't think we should do anything that disadvantages them. So we will have good drivers, Jean Todt. How dare you say that? So we're going to abstain. We'll get the votes for something that matters. And continue on. Political recess for 56 days. Oh, is that what you're saying? Did I get it the wrong way around? Fair enough. I thought it said it will not benefit teams with good drivers. Oh, you might be right. We do have rather good drivers, to be fair. Well, I don't think they're anywhere near as good as... Oh, whatever. If it was a compliment, I'll take the compliment. I say, any team with Mark Webber in it is clearly superior. Oh, I should have offered him less. He would have taken less. Yeah, because if aids are allowed, driver skill doesn't matter that much. No, I get that. I get that. I thought I was reading it the wrong way around as to which teams it said it would benefit. I thought it said it would benefit us, therefore our drivers mustn't be good. Anyway. Right, we're going to get rid of Gravesy then. He's apparently, when I was starting this series, I was reading up about Manor. He's apparently been with this team for like 15, 20 years or something. So it's a really sad day, Graves, I'm afraid. But you're costing a fortune. And Kubica, who'd have thought bringing in Kubica was actually going to be a cheaper option? Apparently it was. It's going to cost $1 million to break the contract, but this is what we've signed up for. We're going to assemble this almighty team and give them an average car and see how they go. So our financial background means that it's a little bit cheaper. He's actually got better. We were worried about his fitness, but his fitness is actually better than everybody else. Even with Webber's back injury, or whatever injury he's got. Right, sorry Gravesy. I'm sure you've done a great service to this team, but the IO of this was that we are assembling XF1 drivers in our attempt to beat Porsche and Toyota. So that's it now. One car finish for now. I'll keep Vern for the moment. We'll fill these 3 slots when we can afford it. Which we probably can do at the moment, to be fair. Especially if we're a bit like Kubica, they're going to cost less. Just checked, and our level 1 scouting facility unlocks Rosberg. Okay. I mean, sure, he's an XF1 champion, and he's probably going to be pretty good, considering he's still quite young. But is Nico Rosberg worth 2.2 million? It's actually a lot cheaper than I thought. Let's do that and see what other drivers it brings up, shall we? I'm up for that. There might be some gems there that we miss. I would like Rosberg in. That'd be a good story, actually, Rosberg in. So, yeah, we'll do that. Thanks for checking out, Leaf. It's much appreciated. Saves me the trouble of spending the money and not finding out anyway. Right, who's next up on the scouting list then? Gutierrez would be one of the weakest drivers. His potential is huge though. No. The other thing I'm completely forgetting about is marketability. So Webber's was pretty low. Kubica's nice and high, so that's not too bad. What is Vern's? Vern's pretty high as well. Something we need to start considering, because we do need money from sponsors. So now we've got the ones that I really wanted, Webber and Kubica. We can maybe start worrying about ones that are going to be marketable as well. Alguersuari would be low quality. He's got pretty low marketability. Only 2 stars for Hemi. Not a fan, the maker of this mod, of Hemi Alguersuari. And Toyota Racing open a brand new forecasting centre. Of course they do. Because they made money. Right. So, D'Ambrosio, Heifeld and Speed. We've got quite a lot to go. So we'll take our time with the second 3. I'm glad we've got those 3 in. Or those 2 in with Vern. We can probably do some stuff to the car now. Note that engine's still not really improved enough. We will switch the brakes to the other one, and then we'll probably switch it back to the nose. We need to do the rear wing as well, get that up as high as possible. This new engine is taking forever, 17 days. Okay, it's not going to be anywhere near ready for the next race. D'Ambrosio, 50%, 2.5 stars. He'll probably be cheap. He's not exactly a classic though, is he? And he would be below average. Decent amount of potential. So probably not D'Ambrosio for the moment. Let's see. Might change the order actually for people that choosing a vote. It occurs to me occasionally that you, the team principals, may be interested in tabling a particular motion to other members of the GMA. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this feature. Like, there's enough backhanded deals in Motorsport as it is without making it a game feature. I don't know what would really benefit us though. I've never actually gone for one of these in like a year and a half of playing the game. You see, practice sessions I'm not bothered about. We've got long practice sessions, what I want. Adding tracks or layouts, no. Pit lane, speed limit. And the car's able to make pit stops at reduced times. The thing is, our strategy at the moment is to increase the length of pit stops. It's to do one less pit stop, sorry. So that's not going to be a benefit at all. Pit stops events will happen semi-sequentially, with refueling if active and part fixes happening simultaneously. Okay. Pit stops aren't going to be. High merit payments could be quite useful, as with actually there's only 6 teams in this, isn't there? So it's not as if even finishing 4th or 3rd is a high finish. Equally focused. See, that would be a pretty good one. Remove double points. I don't like that feature, but it's not worth paying $1 million for. Tyres. Virtual safety car. Real safety car only. I feel like a safety car might be quite useful. It'll certainly make the races more interesting. Smaller fuel tanks is not a good idea in endurance. Spec engines would save us a lot of money. And would level out the performance quite a bit, because Toyota and Porsche have supremely better engines and gearbox. I might go for that. Does anyone have any ideas? Race sprinklers. Oh god, no. Promotion bonus. Are there any votes that you guys think might benefit us? You can increase the driving limit, which is interesting. Bans hybrid power. Spec part. Yeah, I think spec part. This is quite interesting. I don't want to use it, but this is essentially like touring ballast in touring cars, but except with the engine. So first place receives no harvesting ability, and 20th place gains 200%. That's going to throw up some crazy races. Yeah, I think we go for spec engines. They're the most expensive part. They're probably the biggest gain that the big manufacturers are getting. So I think that's a good call. I think spec engines. And we got lots of votes in hand, so we can probably almost certainly pass that with the votes we've got. So yeah, that's a good choice. I think it's going to save us some money as well. Right, let's get on. We're not even in the race. Yeah, a lot to do today. And I think we are now going to get that vote. Yes. Report simulator. Not yet. Not yet, buddy. He's a gambling addict. Wonderful. I mean, sure. These XF1 drivers are becoming a real problem. They're injured. They're gambling addicts. I guess we should have expected it. I don't want to lose fuel efficiency, really. We can afford it at the moment, so no problem there. Got a lot of money in hand. I still don't want to spend it too willy-nilly, to be fair, but we're okay for the moment. Right, vote for spec engines. We've got 3 votes. Hopefully that's going to be enough to swing it. Otherwise it's a big waste of $1 million. Come on. Don't fuck us over. Oh no. Jean Todt. Oh, Jean, he took the money and then swayed the vote. What a prick. What a smug git. Oh, Jean, I paid you and everything. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. Let me guess, was it Porsche? Why did Porsche and Toyota not vote? One of these must be Porsche and Toyota. Oh, I'm not happy with that. Sean, I want my money back. There's got to be some kind of consumer law on over this. Wonderful. Oh well. I expect nothing less from the FIA, to be fair. I'm sure this is the kind of shit that goes on in the background all the time. Right. Task communications again. Will give us that 400,000 bonus. And we're ready for race number 5 then. So, I don't want too many ultra soft sets. Also, I'm pretty sure this is another sticking point with this game. I don't think there's free tyre compounds in endurance racing. I'm not even sure there's 2. I think there's just 1 compound. I think super softs. I feel we've been a little slow in the last few races trying to get that extra pit stop on everybody. Let's take an extra set of super softs and be a bit more racy this time. Yeah, you're right, Leaf. Real disappointment. What bastards. Take the money and bugger off. Right, we can use both our new brakes without any hesitation. I can probably use that second engine, to be fair. Do lose 10%. Oh, it's still not better. Oh, it does have improved fuel efficiency. Okay, we'll give it to car 2 and they can test it out. We're all about the Kubica Weber train right now. And all the other parts are the same as last time. So let's get going then, shall we? It's I'm hoping Kubica's got good adaptability and we can balance the car between Weber and Kubica, which we haven't been able to do since Weber. And Weber's the only driver that's adaptable enough for it to work so far. So hopefully we can adapt it for the pair of them. Right. No. Kubica's not anywhere near adaptable enough. Right, Weber's got a dodgy neck this weekend, so we'll put the car completely on Kubica. And I think we'll balance this between the 2 of them, favouring Zonja slightly. Okay. Let's get our boys out there. Let's give Kubica the first run in the car. See what he's made of. Kubica finally returns to track racing. I think he did some rallying, didn't he, in his off time? Which you gotta say, you gotta be a brave man to have an accident in a rally car and then make your return in a rally car. Brave man indeed. Right, we'll go on straight on the soft tyres. It's going to be either the softs or the super softs. Looking at the estimated laps, probably the super softs, because I don't think the drivers are going to be able to do 60 laps. Let's start on the super softs then, actually, with that in mind. Just contradicting myself. We'll put Trauma in the car. Who are we setting up for? It's Trauma and Zonja, wasn't it? Let's put Zonja in the car. I think we talked about it before, but it's another conversational point. Leaf and anybody in the chat. If they do another DLC, what do you think would be the most needed, or your most wanted? I guess would be the real question on that. Oh, it's raining. We might as well send Zonja out on intermediates then. It's too late for the other car. Let's put Zonja on intermediates, get a bit of practice, because it may well be a wet weekend. Didn't actually check that. All the bits are finally out on track then. Let's hope we can have a good weekend. I will say, Weber really didn't blow me away in the opening weekend. And to be fair, they're not that much better than our existing drivers. It's more for the sort of the story we're trying to create of this haven for XF1 drivers in endurance racing. It's a pretty bad start to the setup. as well put him on it as well, try and get as much knowledge as we can while it's raining, just in case we do have a wet weekend. I have to think about it for a minute, just off the top of my head. I'd love a day-night cycle for the 24-hour Le Mans, an option to vote any race and night race. That'd be... Yeah, the 24 hours thing is definitely something they should have done with this DLC. The night race is an interesting idea. Just night in general, really. That's the real standout feature for a lot of people. We forgot to bring Zorniger in. Standout feature for people in endurance racing is seeing the cars go around at night. And it's something that was really missed out on. I understand it would have to have a whole sort of separate graphics package, or however developers make it night. I don't know. They just go in MS Paint and put black on the backgrounds, don't they? That's how it works, I think. I'm of course an expert in game development, so I'm sure I can't be wrong on that. But yeah, they're things that they could easily put in a free update. If they do another DLC, I'm sure they might make some changes to the endurance in the free update that normally goes alongside the DLC. But if you had a series or a type of racing, or I don't know, there's lots of ideas you could do for DLC. But I guess I'd kind of like more changes to the game itself, like a marketing pack or something. It's more to do with the running of the team. Right, it's still raining, so let's send them straight back out. Bits we need to bring back in. I'd also like to be able to manage like an empire of teams, like maybe have the option to not even race the race itself and simulate it or something, so you can own multiple teams in different categories. I think would be quite cool. Or having two teams in the same, so you have a junior team maybe, would be quite a nice idea. Right, let's put Dodgy Neck Mark in the car. Set up pretty damn good already. So we'll make a couple of small tweaks and just hope that they're the right direction. But let's... It is raining. Are we on slot level 1? We're not. But I think we should get some dry tyre running in anyway, even though it's damp. And we'll just get Webber to just stay out there. As the setup's already good and we can do some of the legwork. I think it'd be a good idea. Multiple teams or junior teams would be, or having a junior team or a team in another, multiple teams in different competitions would be quite cool. So you can build an empire and swap drivers out between the different categories and sign like overarching sponsorship deals for the whole group or for certain cars. Have drivers make wonderful appearances in others. More in-depth R&D. Yeah, I just want them to fix the blooming part system. I've been over it so many times, but you build a part. Why would they build one? And why would the next part then be completely different? You don't see F1 teams turning up with 4 different types of wing, and they don't have multiples of any of them. You design a part, and then the manufacturing, that's what they should bring in, a manufacturing side of it. So you have to manufacture the parts and make sure you've got enough spares, and then add a damage system into the game. I'm sure I haven't mentioned it before. It really pisses me off. Right, 95% already. We're having a good day with the setups, so we've got plenty of time to get some track, just leave them out on track. Again, let's make a couple of tiny little changes and just see if it makes any difference, or if we've gone the right way. And we'll just stick them on the super softs then and just leave these guys out for a while. And get some experience. I'm a little bit worried about Webber's neck and how far he's going to be able to go in this race. Especially if the tyres hold up and we're going to be doing our stints on each driver. He's really going to struggle. But we'll see. It's a much better lap time from him. That's P4. Difficult to read the water on the track and practice in general though. So yeah, nearly maxed out race trim. So we'll probably do some qualifying practice in a bit. Not that it really has much purpose in endurance racing at all. Okay, so tyres are overheating. I guess we might as well play around with tyre heat levels. I never really do that in practice, but I guess it'd be good to see what kind of level the track's at. Because despite the rain, it's pretty hot here. So we are going to have to look after those tyres a lot better than this. Feels nice to get everything maxed out. Well, in terms of the parts. I think I haven't got. Well, the first I've ever got in this game is literally the single-seater playthrough that I'm doing on YouTube. I've played a few games on my own, but I never get very far in them because I keep having to record this for you guys. I hope you're happy. But I would love to get to that stage. Maybe just got so much money you can do anything. Oh, in terms of knowledge. Yeah, it's all... Shit. I forgot. Bring them in, boys. You're literally learning nothing. Being out there. Yeah, knowledge slots to get everything maxed out. But you got to a stage where you can get all of them maxed. All the tyres and all the qualifying and wet tyres. I guess wet tyres depends on the weather, doesn't it? Right, we've wasted far too much time. Trummer in the car. We've improved but haven't, so that's gone from great to excellent. But apparently that's not worthy of a percent point. Okay, well, let's change the downforce a little bit then, and just see if we can change that without throwing off the speed balance, if we can. Right, let's go to quality trim then. 3 laps. I'm going to do it on the soft tyres because I want... Actually, no, we can only use one knowledge slot for the race anyway, can't you? You think you'd learn after all this time, Jay? But no. I'm still second guessing myself. So we'll go on ultras, you may as well. We've gone the wrong way on that then. So, go back to the original setup. We want to go the opposite way then. That way. Right. That'll hopefully improve it a little bit. We will put qualifying trim 3 laps. Ultra soft tyres. Sean Eric Verne. Ultra good. Yeah, plenty of time. We squandered quite a bit of it, but as long as I've got the soft tyres and the race trim, I'm not too bothered about the qualifying stuff. Purely because it really doesn't matter in endurance. Because you've got a pretty long way to go from the grid, and you all start within a couple of seconds of each other, and you're going to finish a few minutes away from each other, generally. Time's looking okay, difficult to say, of course. They're super soft times, so we centre in one of the Rebellion cars. It is. So we're a little bit behind the competition in terms of pace by the look of it, but we'll find out once it comes to qualifying. It's all about strategy really in endurance, as we know. If we can get to the level of Porsche and Toyota, I don't know. Because they are a long way ahead. They're a lot a lot further forward than any of the other championships I've played in this endurance style mod. As they are in real life, you know, if one of these privateer LMP1 teams really wanted to challenge Porsche or Toyota, they would need a manufacturer's backing pretty much. And then there may as well be a manufacturer. So it's going to be a tough order, but we want to establish ourselves as the third quickest this year, and then we can see what we can do next year in terms of maybe challenging them. Evening Fox, how you doing, my friend? Yep, just in time. Well, we've got the rest of this session and qualifying. You missed out all the fiddly management stuff. It is still practice. We have, by the way, signed Robert Kubica as our second XF1 driver. So car number 1 is now fully an XF1 team with Weber, Kubica, and Verne. We're not having much luck with these setups. We keep going the wrong way. So that's good. That was great. So we need to put that back that way a bit more. Is that further that way? Yeah. Okay, that should nail it. 3 laps, same ultras. Out you go, boy. Actually, I wanted to put a different driver. Whatever. Doesn't really matter at this point. And we've gone the wrong way on that then. That is apparently the right way on that. So handling, we want to go back towards oversteer a bit. That's probably too much. We'll try it. We were at great with that already. Okay, that should be better. We get there eventually. Send Trommer out. Do I think that Kubica will be in that Williams seat? It's still really tough to call. I hope so. I do hope so. I think he deserves to be given the chance. I think the sticking point for Williams is that Kubica wants a 2-year contract. I don't think he's going to settle for just the 1 year. I think that's difficult for Williams to nail that down. Yeah, I'm the same with you, Leaf. I feel like it would have been a done deal by now. The way that they wanted to evaluate him again. To be fair, Abu Dhabi was the first time they could evaluate him in the current cars. He did test in the current car for Renault, but obviously that's not data Williams have. So we'll see. I personally think it's between Verline and Kubica now. I don't think Di Resta. If it was between Di Resta and Kubica, they would go for Kubica. But I think Verline, especially with the Mercedes ties, I think Mercedes want to keep him in the team. They just don't. They're very interested in Verline for the future, but they just have nowhere to put him. And I'm sure there's a possibility of them offering a similar deal to they do at other teams, like they did with Ocon, and give Williams a slight reduction in the engine payments if they take Verline. So I want it to be Kubica. I'm with you. The more it goes on, the more I think it's going to be Verline. But we'll see. We'll see. Williams have never been shy of offering someone that chance in the past. So there's every possibility that it will be Kubica still. Yeah, Verline could go in as reserve. I guess that could be a compromise, and then at least they can give Kubica a year and see how he does. That's very possible. Agreed. Right, Webber's not in good shape, but that's only affecting his fitness. It shouldn't affect his speed, so we will put Webber and Kubica in car 1. Car 2, we will put these people that I still don't know who they are, really. No, I'm joking. We'll put Trommer and Gonzalez. No. Trommer and Zollinger, because that's who set the car up for. We'll go Ultra and Qualifying. And Ultra and Qualifying. Just check the setup changes worked. 97. We got there just at the end. What's happening with car number 2? 97. Perfect. Well, not quite statistically perfect. You know what I mean. Right. Let's send our boys on the way. No rain by the look of it, so we'll just get them out as soon as possible. And we'll send the second drivers out. Weber. Auto. Kibitzer and Verline reserve. That is a good point. I hadn't thought about them possibly replacing the rest of with Verline as reserve. That'd be the best option for them, I think. You caught up with the season review from 2010 to 2016. Wow, that must have been a crash course. Has it made you love F1 even more or even less? There's some cracking seasons and some great races through that, so I hope you enjoyed that. It's dedication. I'm really glad you're enjoying the sport. And you need to watch through. How backwards the Williams team have gone this year. Yeah, they have fallen away a bit. Obviously, they had the huge advantage of the Mercedes engine, which was so dominant the first year. The first couple of years, it really helped them. It's starting to normalise a bit now, and I think Williams have realised they really need to sort out their aero package, which I think is they've got a very good chance of doing, the chassis and the aero, with Paddy Lowe now at the team. But yeah, they had some cracking years 14 and 15, but they really needed them after the sort of 2010 and 11 and 12 and 13 to be fair. I've been doing this weekend and the week. Perfect. That's what I do. I like every time I want to watch the season again, and then like 2 weeks later I've rewatched like 5 season reviews. I just can't stop it once I start criminals. Set much better for you. Yes, F1 more, but less so the current competitiveness. Yeah, I think especially years like 2010 and 2012 show what the sport should be, show how competitive and exciting it can be with so many teams fighting at the front. And I think that's what we've all been disappointed with. Even when Red Bull were completely dominant, there were always other teams that could win the race. And this year Ferrari have shown that, and Red Bull have a bit, but we used to have McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes and Lotus that were all had a great chance of wins at certain races, so it's a shame. But we're getting there, I think. Ross Brawn's the best man for the job. Right, Kubica and Zonja next then. I didn't actually see what times we did. That's how much I care about qualifying in this. Weber a 1:11.1, Trommer a 1:11.3. And we're 7th and 8th. But we haven't done our second times. Senna did a 1:10.8. So yeah, we're a little bit down the Rebellions again by the look of it. The Signatech, sorry. So we'll see what these two can do. 2011, 2013 were the veterans dominant years. Yeah. They were the years of, oh no, here we go again, after the Schumacher era, for a lot of general F1 fans. Those that love the sport will always love the sport, I think, regardless. We always want things to be better, but we enjoy it no matter what. Formula One, it has to be remembered, it is that kind of sport as well. It's always been about one team or one person coming up with a revolutionary concept, and that's what makes it interesting every time the regulations change, seeing how it can shake up the order and who does the best job. It is supposed to be the pinnacle of technology and mechanical brilliance, and unfortunately that does mean that one person will get it right more than the others more often than not. But 10 and 12, I think, for whatever reason, they're probably two of the best seasons I've watched. Cool. Been like 20 years of watching it now. I've been watching F1 like 85% of my life. Live and breathe it, guys. Why does everyone hate double points for final race so much? It just seemed artificial. If someone's, you know, worked so hard, why should that win in the final race win someone the championship when it shouldn't really? If it won someone the championship where if there wasn't double points it wouldn't have, why should that win be worth more? Why should that one race be worth more than the effort drivers put into win the other races? I think was the issue with it. I wasn't hugely opposed to it, it just seemed gimmicky, I think was the people's main issue. People like to think of F1 as a pure sport, they want. But then people said the same when we went to 3-stage qualifying in those few years. We did one lap qualifying, or whatever you called it, the shootout. DRS and KERS, when they came in, everyone said it was making the sport artificial. So there will always be people that oppose it. Right, I don't really want to use any more sets of. To be fair, are we really going to use ultra softs in the race? Probably not. That's a great time for Kubica, 110.9. Zonja almost exactly matching his teammate with 111.3. So we're 5th and 8th at the moment. So far, the theory of ex-F1 driver team is standing up. They're considerably faster than the other team. Whether that is how it will turn out in the race, we'll have to wait and see. I really don't want to waste another set of ultra softs. No, Robert. No, Zonja. No. No. No, I don't want to waste another set of tyres. We probably won't use the ultra softs, but just in case. Zonja is falling up. We send them out and see if one of the drivers, see if Trauma can improve. We might as well. Let's send them out and have a go. We'll do the same with the other car. Why not? Probably should have sent Mark out in that. I think I will send Mark out in that car actually. See if he can improve. He's probably got the most room for improvement. Okay. How many F1 fans does it take to change a light bulb? 2. One to change it, and the other to complain until it's changed back. That's some great teamwork there, boys. I've never heard that one before, but I completely get it. Yeah, we always like to complain. We always like to think we know better than the sport. It's that kind of passion. It's like me and Rage have talked about it before. It's, you think of sport like football. If football fans were as passionate about F1 as F1 fans are, if football fans are as passionate about football as F1 fans about F1, you would have football fans, you know, down the pub having a conversation about the type of rubber used in the bladder of football, which is the inner of it, or like what type of cross stitching they're going to be using for the coming season. That's how, you know, in depth we like our Formula 1 sport and how we like to talk about it, which other sports don't. Evening, Calcifer. How you doing, my friend? Welcome along. Having a good evening. I'm looking forward to the final ORL race on Sunday. Alright, let's see if they improve, shall we? So Trauma does go a couple of attempts quicker. Weber goes a lot quicker. Almost 4 attempts quicker than his previous lap then, and quicker than Kubica. Still not enough to challenge the Porsches and the Toyotas. Not really surprising, but we're nicely up there. Remember, we want to be racing for 5th and 6th, first quickest team, 3rd quickest team. So I'm happy with that. It's a good job from the boys. And Now we just have to circumnavigate 3 hours of racing. Hamer Hansen has split our cars, so it's the two rebellions? No, it's a Signatech and a rebellion in between us two. And it's a big gap between our two cars. It's a big gap. So Webber and Kubica seem to be good signings at the moment. But that is on raw pace alone. We need to see how they do under race conditions. It's going to be tricky managing Webber in this one because he's obviously got that dodgy neck. Right. We're going to go super soft and race. I think super softs are going to be our race tyre, I hope. Light footed on the medium tyres. I mean, the medium tyres aren't available this weekend, so that's not useful at all. Thanks, game. You think it would just change it to the hardest compound for the weekend, but no. Right, so we're going to start on super softs for both cars, I think. Expecting them to do 43 to 45. Of course, we can save quite a bit of fuel, so I'm probably going to go 35 because I'm sure we'll be short of the mark anyway. And let's put Vern in the car for the first thing. Get a read of how far the tyres are going to go. Because we're going to have to manage Webber with that fitness problem. And Kubica should be able to go for a long time. So we'll start with Vern, I think. And then we'll hopefully do a long middle stint with Kubica. 35 laps. Fuel. Oh yeah, we've got a second car, haven't we? You almost forget when you've got so many drivers. We will start with Zonja. He's got the let's go with the same strategy. See how far the tyres go with our driver with the least fitness, and then we can put someone in for a long middle stint. And we'll also go on the super softs. I think we'll go same 35 laps. How much are you wasting? I mean, spending on these XF1 drivers? Well, you probably will believe this, but Kubica is actually our cheapest driver. He was a bargain. He was 163,000 a month or race. I can't remember how we pay them. Someone else deals with that for me. I think it's a race, isn't it? Webber was probably our most expensive driver. He was about 355, so they've levelled out, and we haven't actually really lost anything by bringing them on board. Which is good. Right. Race number 5. We need to fight back this time against Rebellion. We are Signatech, sorry. If we finish where we start, we'll be level on points with them, but we know there's very little guarantee of that happening. After watching 2015-2016, I feel like Red Bull never really wanted to be out in the upper team. He was gone so quickly, it was a huge shock. The thing that really helped Red Bull out is, obviously Max Verstappen went out and won the next race. He won on his debut with Red Bull, and everybody forgot about Kvyat immediately. If Verstappen had gone out and finished 7th or 8th, that conversation would have gone on a lot longer. But you're completely right. The thing is, that's Helmut Marko, the guy that represents Mateschit's interests in the team. So that's how he deals with his drivers. He's so cutthroat. It seems so harsh, but it's just, they've had so much success by sticking to that mantra, so I guess they don't really see an issue with it. But he was never given a fair chance. He got a podium and hit Vettel like 3 times, and that was his season done. It did seem harsh at the time, but alright, can we get this underway, guys? Got things to do, people to see. Let's have a race here. Right, we're underway. Go straight up to 2-speed then. So I think we're immediately going to turn the tyres down to neutral because we're probably going to overheat here. What are we looking at? It's a bit cooler. There's rain coming. Should have looked at that. We probably could have gone for some ultra softs if we knew the rain was coming so quickly. But 5th and 6th. So Vernon's held on to that 5th place. Trommer is getting swamped, although Vernon's getting swamped now. Forgot about the charge. I might just use that to try and get these guys back. We'll use Vern. It's the stupidest place to use it. I was going to say we use Trommer's on a really bad place, but we use Vernon's on an even worse place. We will get it down this straight though. Just getting back into 5th and 6th. Probably go back to medium on the engines would be a good idea as well. But we're not going to have to save much fuel here because that rain is coming. Yeah, we're in about half an hour's time. So it will be towards the end of the stint actually, to be fair. So we're on neutral, keeping on those temperatures. It's quite a lot cooler than it was the rest of the weekend then, so we might get away with running on neutral. Wonder what would have become of the had he got a fair chance. To be fair, the thing you've got to remember as well, he really put up a great fight against Verstappen when they were teammates, and he beat him on a number of occasions. So that's a very valid point. He definitely had the skill. He's so browbeaten now. Alright, we've got the Signatech's going past us using their old boost keys. Someone's managed to hold GMAT off. How long until the rain? I think it's about half an hour. Turn the tyres up a lot, use them. I don't know, I never know with this endurance bar. Obviously it's a lot more spread out. I think you're right, I think we can probably use them a bit more. So we'll go to push. Try and use our tyres a bit more. What's everyone else doing? See, they're using high fuel modes as well. I don't want to wear the engine too much, but we could probably go to high fuel mode because we're not going to need 28 laps of fuel. I think Kvyat was ever a good driver. High. Fair, he shows he's got speed, but he never recovered after his motor above. That's Verstappen and Kvyat weren't teammates. It was Vernon and Kvyat. You might be right. Probably are right. I thought Kvyat had one season with Verstappen in 14. And then was... I'm sure they've been teammates. Are you sure? I thought Vern went in 15. Well, I know you just watched season reviews. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. We've dropped 8th and 9th, which is not good news. It's because we're on these super soft tyres. That's the problem. We're overheating these horribly. I really don't think this is a good idea because we're not going to be getting the best pace out of them. It's because we're on super softs, trying to go longer than everybody else, but there's rain, which has really not made this a good strategy at all. Let's use these boosts to try and keep up in any way we can. Here comes that rain. Now we've got to remember, last time there's rain in an endurance race, you can go a lot deeper into the rain starting to fall on these dry tyres than you can in the single seaters. So we don't need to react just yet. Also got to remember after this stop we need to go up to ×4. Verstappen joined for 15 inside seats. Yeah, you're right. I knew you were right, Fox. You wouldn't have said it otherwise. He did well against Vernon, I guess is what I meant. There was reason for him being picked, so let's put it that way. Kvyat has an outside chance. He does have a lot of Russian backing. And Williams seemed to specialise in taking browbeaten subjects. Case in point, Felipe Massa. So, possibly, I think Verline is probably more likely if Kubica doesn't get it. But we don't know, it's up to Williams. It's a very open seat and they will take money into consideration. Right, let's pick one car this lap and just see if it's... see what the tyres do. Vern's got quite a long time left in the car, so we'll leave him in. What's the rain going to do? We'll back off, but it's quite a while till it backs off. The intermediates can do around about 40 laps, so let's top it up to say around 30. And he can be on his way. We'll see what his lap times do, and then if they're quicker, we can react with Trummer. Kvyat did beat Ricciardo in 2015 though, due to mechanical issues maybe. Kvyat was not at all a bad driver, let's not get that wrong. I think Verstappen just was on that next level. Trummer wants to come in for intermediates. If the driver asks for it, we'll do it. Must be around about the right time. I was going to wait for a couple of laps and see what our other car did. I'll put a little bit more fuel in Trummer just in case they have to go longer, and then at least we've got one car on the right strategy. And again, we have got I think we will change the driver on this car. We'll put Zonda in the car. Just try and hedge the bets with each team as to what kind of strategies we're going for. Isn't good anymore. You'd be surprised how much confidence plays a part in, well, in any sport, but motorsport especially. You've got to have the confidence when you're driving a machine at a couple hundred miles an hour, and if you don't, that can be the difference of seconds, not only tenths. If he got a run on a full season and a second chance, there's every chance. You've just got to look at what Kvyat did in that one race he did with Toro Rosso, wherever it was, USA possibly, where he got a point, something that Hartley and Gasly have got nowhere near in all their races since. So he's still great. He's a good driver, but not great, I think. Depends what Williams are going for. If they're going for the money in the bank, if they're going for the buzz around the car, that needs to be pushing and saving fuel. It's all well and good, this discussion. It's really not. It's destroying my race. Stop it, please. How dare you guys talk to me? Let's use that boost with Vern, try and get him out of this traffic. Same as Zonja. He got less points than Jolyon Palmer this season. Well, that's a good point. Jolyon's the same though. He's an ex-GP2 champion. He wasn't necessarily a bad driver. Just completely browbeaten by the press and his confidence and what Renault were doing. And this is what I mean. It's it's difficult for a driver to come back once they start having that kind of pressure applied to them. Only the great drivers can put up with that, I think. You either ruin it or enhance it. I'm still deciding, folks. It's one of the two. either or, I'm okay with both. Right, what are we doing? Racing in this race, endurance race. That went really well, surprisingly. Zollinger is up to 4th because he stopped nice and early. Vern actually Vern stopped later, didn't he? So No, Vern stopped first. Vern fired first. So both have made gains. Zollinger is at the head of that group and going along nicely in 4th. Vern in 7th. Tyres are overheating horribly. I am terrible at this. Right, we're going to back up to try and bring this down. I really like helping myself. Oh, I feel like we're playing ping pong. Well, we are. Ping pong of minds. Okay. Just let them settle into the stint, really. Should probably go to 4 speed. Right, his tyres are coming back down nicely on Vern's car, waiting a bit on Zollinger. We're going to need to go a long way here, so we're going to have to do some harvesting. Right, neutral on Vern, see how they hold. Same on Zollinger's car. And Zollinger is... He's just been repassed by a Porsche. I'm not too bothered about that. These are a nice Sigmatech in 3rd. They always seem to sneak through. They're a long way ahead of us again. Menzies is also Sigmatech. Oh god. Right, we're going to have to hybrid because we need to save fuel because we don't know how long this rain is going to last. We can outlast the competition. Still a pit stop on them, and that'd be good. So one nice thing about the season review is they give you the best radio messages in the highlights of the season. It's a good way to watch seasons and to go through them. And they're a lot more in depth than a lot of sports season review videos and DVDs are as well. And it's still a good couple, 2-3 hours long. But considering how long an F1 race is, it is very condensed. But they do them really well. They've perfected them really well. It's the first thing that got me into Formula 1. When I first really took an interest in it, I was about 5. And my dad, for that Christmas, got me the 1995 season review on Duke VHS. And I watched it at least 100 times by that time next year. Just constantly had it on while I was playing as a kid. And I think that just settled my love of season reviews. It's just... they're really well done, and it's great to go back and watch any season at will and see every single angle and aspects. They get better coverage than most of the TV crews as well. They get interviews that they don't get. And, there's a lot of messages, a lot of interviews and team radio and stuff you don't hear in the actual race coverage in the reviews. It's good. No, all other sports are inferior, Foxworth. It's not because they have hundreds of games each year. I know what you mean. It'd be very difficult to, like a football season is, what, 38 times? No, it's like 38. It's many games, many hundreds. Right, back to the matter at hand. It's getting pretty wet, doesn't look wet enough for wet tyres. We've dropped away from the Sigmatechs. So if they're both Sigmatechs, the Toyota again. It's that Toyota of Davidson, Nakajima and Buemi. They're constantly making stupid decisions or bad calls. They're down in 9th, that's why. The 2 Sigmatechs are ahead of us and we're still 6th and 7th. I think those Sigmatech cars just have too much pace for us. The really weird thing is they've got the worst car apparently, but they always seem to get away from us. I don't know what we can do to get back at them in this race apart from stealing a pit stop somewhere. I'm going to keep using this hybrid because I just want to cover off. I want to get to that 90-minute mark. Hopefully. You see, now we should have changed Vern. So I don't know if he's going to be able to go the distance until the rain stops. But Zollinger definitely should, hopefully. I do have one complaint. I think it was the 2011 or 2012 review where they told everything up and down in the order. They actually cared about the teams that weren't in the top 10. They only did that for a season. Further full coverage over the top 10. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's something they tried. I think you've always got to try and cover the whole grid because that might be someone's favourite driver that never gets mentioned if you don't only mention the top 10. But it's difficult, isn't it? They're a long review and they're still condensing an awful lot. They've got to pick and choose. I don't mind either way on that, to be fair. They can cover either end. As long as you get the big stories and the talking points. It's okay. To be fair, it depends. If something interesting happens at the back, they should show it. I guess if they're showing you how a Sauber's doing and it's having the most uneventful race, then that's really not information you need to know. There's interesting fights or battles or good results going on like the lap thing. I can see why they show it. Right, we're looking at probably another half an hour, which Verne definitely can't do. Tyres overheating a bit on Zonja's car here, so we're going to have to take Verne as far as he will go, I think. It's true, 2016 they did well with the analysis after each race. You know, Fox, I really admire you. You watch all these reviews and you're even critiquing and comparing the way that they're reviewed rather than just the seasons as well. That's a true analytical mind right there. I love it. I'm looking forward to Liberty's partnership with Netflix and their plans for on-streaming service. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how what that's going to contain. In an ideal world, it would involve putting all the season reviews up as well, which would be nice of them. But we're going to get to the point the rain stops. Don't think we are. I think we're just going to have to pit Verne and take the hit. And change drivers. So we'll put Webber in the car. Intermediate. Yeah, it's going to be at least 20-30 minutes, isn't it? There's no way Verne can do that. The other car might even not be able to go that far as well. Let's fuel that car right up. No, let's not. He's not going to have to go too far, is he, realistically? We'll just go. We'll take the hit. Hopefully the rest of the area will have to pit as well, and we won't lose out too badly on that. So we'll probably push on Zonja's car. We're losing a bit too much tyre heat. Let's just use that power boost on Verne before he pits. MEC was dropped over here. Hopefully I can get ESPN. They're the two networks that show it then. I have to figure that out next season. Maybe Liberty's own streaming service will be ready for next seasons. Otherwise you can always watch Sky F1 for free. Yeah, it's nice and free, Sky, isn't it? I definitely don't pay £10 each weekend to watch the race on Sky that it's not on Channel 4. Yes, there's no real mistake on the front jack. That's cost Webber a bit of time. I just caught that. Damn mechanic. One more and you're fired. Remember the rules. Don't care how good you are. Let's keep harvesting the Zonja. See if he can take... Oh, we destroyed the tyres again. I think the idea is Netflix is going to be a streamed race, was the idea. But it's got to be in regions that will allow it, because obviously over here Sky and Channel 4 have the rights and they would never give that up. Whether it might be a race replay afterwards is the other option. or it could be season reviews, but I think it's going to be something around the race weekends. So I would expect it to be the race going up on Netflix after it's happened, maybe. With NBC this season, the past few years, but they were dropped, and there's been 2 picked it up, so I'm not sure. Okay. Or all of those, Fox, or all of those. Loster is out. I don't think we've got safety cars in this, just yellow flags. That's not really going to affect the race. I think Zonja might be able to hold out here. I think we should use high overtake and push with Webber, because I don't think it's going to be long before we put the dry tyres on. He's got to try and make up places. That's good for us though. Porsche out means we're going to get some extra points, but it means nothing if we can't beat the Signatech cars on track. It is literally called Williams, yeah. It's very interesting. Shows obviously the story of Williams and the struggles of Frank Williams since his accident. It's a very, very insightful and very emotional at times. It's a really good documentary. Really good. Recommend it highly. See, this is where I need a bit of help. So, say now we can. Let's go back to neutral on those tyres. We're just going to have to pit slower. Oh, he's slower than when it's moving. Some dongle's going crazy. So I apologise if you're hearing that. Not much I can do. I know what I'll be watching this weekend. Yeah, I do. It's on Amazon over here, but might be on Netflix over there. Or it might be on Netflix over here as well. Minutes can go to 0%, I think. Okay. We'll keep pushing him then. This is going to be his one and only stint in this car, really. We're not going to need 7 laps, so we can probably use that boost. A lot of the AI have made a second stop as well, so this could really pull Zonja back into this race. There's a rebellion ahead. And Signatech is just making a stop now. So we'll see what tyres that Signatech goes on to. If he's got any sense, he would have got... No sense at all. He's gone on to intermediate tyres. Okay, we've stolen the pit stop bit. And Webber's back into it because everyone else is pitted. So this is going well. So let's hold out a few more laps with Zonja, and then we can put some dry tyres on. Dongle turned off the stream for a couple of seconds. Bloody dongle. Bloody dongle, mate. Such a stupid word for something, isn't it? I don't know what... Everything's wireless apart from my mic, and I presume that's still working. So I don't know what the dongle's on about. Right. I don't really want to take Zonja down to 0. So I think we'll go to about 5%. And then we'll bring him in. As for what dry tyres to put them on, I think super softs. Because we've got the boosts and performance for that. Yeah, he's getting pretty shattered. You've doing a stunning job, my friend. Right, I think you're gonna have to come in this lap. Hopefully it's good enough for the tyres. Now, do we go long with Gonzalez or do we do Trummer for a shortish stint? I think we go Trummer for a shortish stint. No. We go Gonzalez. I'm changing my mind constantly. If Gonzalez can get about an hour in the car, then we can put Trummer in for 45 afterwards. There we go. We've got a plan. On your way. And we'll go 30 laps of fuel again, and we'll do a bit of fuel saving. We've effectively got a pit stop on the whole field now, so we're in this race for a podium potentially. Just hope that he can get those dry tyres working. Yeah, it's a good transition time, maybe a little early. Yeah, I think it might be a little early. As I said, I think the endurance, there's a bigger sort of crossover point, so he should be okay. We'll soon see with the times. He's going to come back out in 7th place. And we'll keep an eye on the gaps forward and back then. Be a good factor to know for Webber as well, as to how long when Webber should change. So 43 seconds ahead. He has got traffic though, which doesn't help. Let's use that boost to get him out of that traffic. Let the boost come off, and then we'll see if that gap goes up or down. It's coming down. It's going back up again. I think it's about the right time. Let's get Webber in and try and steal a march over everybody else. We'll put him on the super softs as well. I'm hoping it's going to be a 2-stop to the end. I don't know. We might have to go one stint. Let's see how long the soft tyres go, shall we? Wait, Webber cannot go that. Can he go that long? I think we're changing tyres and everything. We get a free upgrade. Let's put Kubica in on the soft tyres and just see how long he can go. Just hope that he can get 50 odd laps out of it. You're on the wrong tyre, but the track will dry out quickly. Yeah, I think we're already there. Obviously that message was sent a while ago, Fox. I'm not saying you're wrong. It was a little early, but Gonzalez is catching massively now. Mind you, that's because Webber's in the pit. That gap has gone down, but I think it's the right time. Nobody else has pitted yet, so hopefully we can steal a march. Right, those super softs are overheating a little bit. No mistakes this time, so I don't think anyone's going to be fired just yet. So we'll go back to medium and neutral. And hopefully this will steal us another march. Yeah, I think we're good. We're good. I'm just going to use the boost to get us out of traffic, because this is when we can make up the most time. The AI is staying out. It's feeling good, guys. It's feeling good. We desperately need to beat those Signatech cars today. Hopefully this will be enough to do so. So around about a minute for a pit stop, just under. So I don't think we have any chance of getting out ahead of that Toyota, but P2 is possible. The AI is still not stopping. This is not going to help in terms of I don't know if we can do it on just one more stop, but the AI, the later they go, the more likely they can do just one more stop after they change the dries. So yeah, the gap's still not really coming down, which is probably why the AI aren't pitting. Still, oh, we're overheating those soft tyres. Let's pull them down as quickly as possible. After all that good work of me watching the tyres constantly, I'm doing an awful job today. Right, we need to save fuel desperately. I think I've underfueled Gonzalez chronically, unfortunately. Right, everybody's in now. Right, neutral, neutral. We'll see where we come out. So Gonzalez and Kubica have passed most of them. Who's this chump in between us? Is the Signatech car. He's just behind Gonzalez then. He is now promoted to P2, and Kubica should go up to P4. Does do. So P2 and P4. We've got the Signatech car in between us. Where's the other Signatech? long way down in 7th. So at the moment, 2nd and 4th is good enough. But we can race Panzers to that other car now. We changed the tyres. So we get a free upgrade. You mean driver? I guess Webber is used to being insulted. Did I say upgrade? I meant driver. I meant it cost no time. You know what I mean. Stop picking my words out and turning them around. Not a politician. This is going well. This is going well. So the crucial thing now is, I think, trying to do one more stop. These tyres are overheating again. Temp coming back up. Yeah, it's gone up a couple of degrees. We need to harvest wherever we can to save that fuel. So we need Kubica to do almost his max time, around an hour, so about another 45 minutes. That car I don't have too many worries about. Gonzalez kind of also needs to do an hour. I think we made a mistake giving him the super softs. He's got good speed, and he's got a big gap behind that Sigmatech car. So we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, let's not underfuel. Definitely haven't underfueled Gonzalez. He's definitely absolutely fine. I think we'll be okay. Quick maths. In engine mode consumes about 0.9 laps of fuel per lap. Okay. Don't know why you're saying quick maths. Do you expect me to do the maths? I don't do maths. That's what I've got you guys for. I don't know. We'll work that out at the final stop, but that's good to know. About 0.9 a lap. I'll put one in to be safe because I do keep running out. Just a little worried about adding this all up. So Gonzalez, who's going to be going in the car? It's going to be Trummer. He's got what, 52 minutes left. Oh, he should be fine, maybe. Hang on, no, wait. So Gonzalez needs to do another half an hour. That's good on fuel. Is he going to be okay on tyres? We'll see, we'll see. You have about 18 laps left. Got fuel. Yeah, I think fuel's okay. Thinking about it. We only need to do half an hour, and it's what, about a minute and a half lap? Something like that. 1 minute 16. It's going to be tight. We'll keep harvesting. That time's, yeah, about 116 for our cars at the moment. 115, 116. Not feeling invincible now, it's just plain old Roberto. You weren't exactly lighting the timing screens up, mate. Well, actually you were. You're second quicker than Rob Kubica, ex-F1 ace. So you were doing alright. Once again, the ex-F1 cars team is not earning their money. Yeah, you need to make up 8.75 laps of fuel. Okay, that's ominous. Will the tyres go that far though? that's what we don't know. Kubica should be fine on those softs. Kubica's got plenty of fuel as well. I don't know why I keep harvesting with him. He's going to be fine. Actually. Oh yeah, it's going to be Webber, isn't it? So that's going to be half an hour, 45 minutes. Even Kubica's got to do another half an hour then. He's going to be fine on fuel though. Yeah, but I have Vern in the X. Hey, Vern's Actually, yeah. Going back to our earlier talking about the point, Vern was beaten by Kvyat, so yeah, I get your point. Not exactly the best man for that job. But he meets the criteria. He's an ex-F1 driver. Didn't even make the main team. Hey, Buemi, Formula E champ. He never made the main team. I think Vern, Al-Swari and Buemi were actually all really good drivers. They just couldn't get into the top team at the right time because of Vettel and Webber. And then Ricardo and Verstappen. They were just better, I'm afraid. Hoping for Rosberg once you finish scouts. Yeah, I'm well up for Rosberg. Isn't that going to be a bit difficult though, putting Kubica's manager in the same car as him? How's that going to work? This is your manager. We just, I fancy a drive, so if you could come in this lap, Robert. But yeah, I'm well up for getting Rosberg in the team. Webber, Kubica and Rosberg's got a ring to it, hasn't he? Rosberg is Kubica's manager, yeah. He's the one trying to get him back, or organising him getting back into Formula 1. He hasn't always been his manager, it's only been for a few months. Just trying to get him back into F1. No conflict of interest at all, no. Absolutely not. Right, fuel saving for Gonzalez. We can use the boost for Kubica, so I think he'll be fine. Go back to concern. It's heating up a bit. It's not heating up, but it is. You know what I mean. Right, Gonzalez has fallen behind that Signatech. Not much we can do about that. He's got fresh tyres. Hopefully we can attack in the later part of the race. That Toyota of Nakajima understandably has got back past Kubica. That was always going to happen. But he's got around about 20-second gap on the second Signatech. So I would take third and fifth at the moment. I would absolutely take third and fifth. How are we standing? Yeah, we'd still be a little bit behind. Actually, no, we still wouldn't outscore them. Okay, Gonzalez, you've got to get back past him. Kubica, you've got to overtake a Toyota. Easy pickings. Sure. Supers fall off the cliff at 15%. Oh dear. Right, what did we say? Trauma can do 55 minutes. I wish we should just make this. We need to pit now. I can't because if we pit now, it's going to be too long for Trauma, and he'll go over that 1 minute 12, and we'll have to make another stop. So we have to leave him out until that 55-minute mark. How many laps the Super's done, by the way? 34. So 55 minutes. How long has his stint been? 44 minutes. We're going to have to go soft tyres for the final stint. Neutral. Okay, I was trying to get him back into the working range. I bow to your instructions. We need to go out. Keep pressure on Robert's car. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Hold on, Robert. Roberto, sorry. Can one of you change your name, please? We've got a big gap, that's the thing. That Signatech car has just pitted as well. So they might have to make one more stop, you know. You never know. It's so difficult to estimate how long the drivers are actually going to drive, because it's what the clock stops. Let's not forget, we forgot about that when car number 1 goes over the line. We're a lot further forward than we were the last few races. Right, we'll do one more lap after this. It does, well, it is hurting us, but there's not much we can do. I want to be safe, so you can come in this lap. We'll put Trummer in the car. He'll be fine till the end. We'll go on soft tyres, so we should be okay. Fuel me. Do we know yet? I'm really not expecting to have to do this maths, guys. Yeah, but time limit on driver stops as well. That's what I mean. Yeah, it stops when the number one car, when when someone wins the race, the timer stops. So, but I just wanted to be safe. Do one more lap. Right, so we're gonna have to do. It's gonna be an average of around about 1 minute 17. I'm gonna have to do the maths, aren't I? Wonderful. Okay. Not my strong point, but we'll do it. 39.6 without hybrid. Here we go. So, what should we take off? 5 laps, 4 for luck with hybrid. If we just use hybrid all the way. I don't know what hybrid does. Well, it saves fuel. I don't know how much though. I think it's quite a bit. I think each 100% charge is about a lap, maybe. Oh, fuck it. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much, not knowing if we've got this wrong so many times. We'll go 37. If we've got extra fuel, we'll just use it. Hang on. Oh. Okay. We do have improved fuel efficiency as well. Looking up guides. I don't have time for guides. I kind of like the element of complete unknown and possible trauma. The ticking time bomb. I think 37 will be safe. I can use a bit extra if not. I'm doing it. Sorry, I'm doing it. Right, Gonzalez in this lap. Let's use that boost for Kubica. Remind ourselves what we need. I'm really worried about Webber's stamina. If he's going to be able to do 45 minutes. So 35, 45 to call it safe. To be fair, we may as well get Kubica to go as far as he can. It looks like he's going to be able to do more than the minimum, so couldn't find specifics. No, it's fine. It's fine. Improves fuel efficiency. It saves quite a bit, but if we overfuel, we can always use it. If not, right, Gonzalez in. Where's he going to be in terms of that signal tech car? He's behind. I think it was Raguez, wasn't it? It was. He's quite a way behind them. He's lost a lot of time. 50 seconds? 60 seconds? That can't be right. He's apparently lost 60 seconds to that signal tech car. The car that he was like 4 or 5 seconds behind. Incredible. Why is Mark so low? He's got a dodgy neck and he's already done a stint and it's not recovering. His fitness started at 60 and he's done 24 minutes already. It's typical, isn't it? You hire him and immediately has a dodgy neck. Somehow that didn't show up in the medical. He lost 22 seconds with mistake. Oh, I missed that. Completely missed that. Someone might be being fired for once. If the same guy has made 2 mistakes, he's gone. I don't care how good he is. That's the rule. He bribed the doctor, most likely. Use some of that Aussie charm. Right, how are we looking? Tyres looking okay. Fuel hopefully is enough. We'll harvest for the first sort of 20-30 minutes and then we should have a better idea of whether we're going to be long or short. can't be short, surely. Not if we harvest all the way. Alright, I'm going to start harvesting with Kubica because I think he can go further. I don't see any point in bringing him in early. What's the point of falling off the cliff with soft tyres? Is it 10%? Oh, Kubica is getting tired. Don't want him to make a mistake. 10%. I don't want him to get too tired. I'm also worried about the stamina of Mark Webber though. Also, the longer we go, the more we could probably put the super softs on. Let's get another few laps out of him. It'll make Mark's life easier. Yeah, okay, we've got warm tyres. Understood. We've lost a lot of positions here. We're technically in a net. And that first place is going to come out ahead of us. So, first, second, third. Net 5th with Trummer. Kubica could come back out in that 5th place. Looking at it. If it's a good pit stop. We're not looking too bad here. 5th and 6th might still be on, but it's those Signet cars I'm worried about. And Ragnar's is miles down the road. I'm presuming the other Signet has got past. Yeah, they have. Okay. We're gonna be losing points to them either way here, but what can you do? And Kubica doesn't have a dodgy arm. No, do you know what I found quite surprising? Well, actually, no, not his little blurb when we scouted him said that he had exemplary fitness, but he did struggle with strength, which I would have thought he'd have an issue with both, but no, he's actually got the highest fitness of anybody on our team at the moment. Probably stop again, I don't know. Those soft tyres can do 40 laps under the AI, so they should be okay. Ruggles might. Rail might. To be fair, are the two Signatecs. It's possible, yeah. It is possible. Fuel. In you come. Nearly missed that one. Right. Webber in the cart. Do we go safe or do we... I think the Super Softs can get to the end off from there. It's about 30 laps. I think they'll be fine. And then it's fuel again. So 38. Divided by 1 minute 17. 32.4. So I think we'll go 30 to be safe. I can do maths, by the way, guys. I was just being a dick, making you guys doing it early. Just want to see if you would, which I appreciate, by the way. I am capable of doing maths. Just right. We'll go super softs. I think. Yep, supers will be fine. Okay. 30ish is good. Okay. If you just gonna save a little bit of fuel, just in case we're short. We are very low, we should be fine. Leave the rest on boost. Right guys, if you do this stop cleanly, I may consider not firing one of you for the last mistake. This is important. Here comes the fuel. Where's he going to come out? Can he get back out in 5th? Nope. Might get 6th. He is 5th, sorry. He is 5th. No mistakes. Good pit stop. And he's back on his way. Mark Webber, because of those mistakes with the other car, Team F1 has gone back ahead of Team Good Timers. And an accounting major. Do accounting majors say 30-ish? Is that what you write in the accounting books? You owe about 100-ish of tax for this period. that how it works? I think it's basically race strategy, yeah. It's an intern job. Might be paid one day. What was it? It was an F1 race where you guys were doing all the strategy stuff for me or something. In the F1 game. That was good fun. Right, concentrate. We're doing it again. Right. I'm going to save a little bit of fuel with both cars. Just till we know we're safe. I think we're safe on both, but we'll keep saving it. Yeah, I promise to be as good as Mercedes with Hamilton's strategy. We joke, but there's a lot of estimating and accounting. Okay, maybe a discussion for another time, but isn't accounting... What's approximated then? Because surely if you have all the invoices and the tax returns and the VAT returns and everything, they're all fixed numbers, no? No? Hey, I'm not doing it. I do my own accounts, but I'm not an accountant by any stretch of the imagination. Overheating those tyres again. Got excess fuel on Webb's car. I think we're about right. Yes, we've got excess fuel on that car, and that car's showing about right. So we've probably got a bit of fuel to use with Webber. We need to save a little bit of fuel with Trummer if we want to be safe. We're overheating the tyres again. Yeah, look. Okay on the time. So we're 6th and 7th. Definitely no threat from behind. Those Rebellion cars are completely out of it. It's whether those two Signatech cars have to pit again. The other one pitted again. Nagaro. Nagaro has pitted again. And he's still that far ahead. That's ominous. Okay. So we're not going to be able to beat Nagaro home. We might be able to beat Raoul. Oh, he's all fired up. I don't think he's going to be able to close down a 19-second gap though. I'm sure we'll give it a good go. We'll do one last fuel saving with Trommer, and we'll use this for boost now with Webber. He's got good tyres. Useful life, estimated legal expenditures, petty cash account. What's useful life? It's a bit judgmental, isn't it, if you're writing that on someone's account? Yeah, you see, I don't. The business is so small, we'd never have any kind of legal expenditures, so you have to estimate that. And petty cash is used for tea and coffee, not on the books. In my business. How much faster are you than Bernard? We're not. We're 1.9 seconds. We're not going to catch a Porsche unless they have problems. That must have been a bad lap for Webber though, because he's currently slower than Trommer. Really, Trommer's fired up, so we'll see. Davison's just stopped on onto ultras. Still, oh my goodness. Why is that? Why have they dropped so much in temperature? Engine not looking good on Trommer. Hopefully it will do another 18 minutes. Yeah, tyre temp's getting low. I completely missed that. Buggered that up royally. So we'll try and get those back on target. Rail may stop again, and he will go behind the pair of us. So we could gain another position here for both cars. I don't think we're going to be able to go forward on merit, so and there's no threat from behind, so we just need to make sure that these cars get to the finish now, I think. That's all that matters. I'm just going to leave the boost alone because I think that could harm the engine as well. Depreciation expense on machinery and stuff. Oh, okay. So you're talking fixed assets, or variable assets even, or the change in price of variable assets. Yeah, I see what you mean. But when you're estimating a reduction in the depreciation in the value of a fixed asset, surely you go on a guide price. You can't. I'm not doing accounting. I don't know what I'm talking about. They're overheating now. We should pay attention. We all know that this is a problem constantly. And also, Menendez, that guy, has pitted. So we have gained a place. We're up to 4th and 5th because the Porsche Bernard has pitted as well. So we're going to come under pressure here from two very quick cars. Now the issue with Trummer is his engine's buggered. So we can't really defend that hard with fuel. I don't want to push the tyres too much. We're just going to have to rely on him to be able to outrace that Sigma-Tech car and that Porsche. We'll see, it's going to be close. Lots of extra fuel with Weber. Yeah. His engine's pretty low as well though. I don't know if I want to wear it. I guess we can use a bit. He should be far enough clear. I don't think Webber's in danger. Lopez is pitting now. I don't think... No, Lopez could be nowhere near us. We're only just unlapping ourselves from Lopez. Yeah, it's all about Trummer. Just use that boost to try and defend. We'll hold them off for as long as we can. Do we use that engine mode? Let's use it, shall we? See what he can do. How long he's going to be able to hold them off. We have gap. No, we've got gaps. We've got baby gaps as well now. Which seemed like a stupid idea to put them all in the same store, for goodness sake. So funny, I joke. Right. I'm sure there are differences, and I'm sure there's many reasons why what I said is wrong. I know nowhere near enough about it. I can barely keep my own accounts, and I still have to send them to an accountant at the end of the year to check they're all okay. Alright, Menendez is passed. Bernard is passed. Oh, we got the other Rebellion that is part. This is a disaster. The engine would not hold, unfortunately. Right, we're going to put that back to medium. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. Weber's engine's now got issues. So it's all about Weber. Trummer's retired. That's why I didn't want to use the higher fuel mode. Oh no. That's why I didn't want to use it. I mean, that could have happened anyway, but... Fuck! Marky Mark is really tired. He's got a 10-second lead though. He should be able to bring this home. I'm worried about that engine now. We need to turn that down as well. That's my bad. We've got plenty of excess fuel, so let's use the boost. Which I think might affect engine as well. Final minute. He's got a 10-second lead. Just back up, bring it home. Don't put any strain on that engine. Actually, let's not slow it down until the leader has done his final lap. That gap is coming down at an astonishing rate, actually. I don't think we can... Oh, we finished. Because we were already laps. P3 for Webber. It's a podium. Mark Webber is back on the podium, as is Robert Kubica in his debut race. And the XF1 stars have done the business here. but there's a horrible sour feeling in the Manor garage as car number 2 goes bang. I think our first retirement of this season, and that's really going to hurt us in the standings. We were going to stay around about on par with Signesec in terms of points scored. Oh, they use a skull now, really? They really want to rub it in, don't they? So I think all that good work from Webber's car was undone by that engine going bang. But we'll take the podium. It's a good result to get a podium always, and the glory that goes with it. Trummer gets 0 points then. Obviously retired. I thought he retired with a couple of laps to go. I would have thought he'd be on like +4 or something. I was wondering if you should have pitted Trummer. Yeah, I maybe should have done. In hindsight, I shouldn't have put the fuel up as well. He was only 2 minutes short. The way endurance racing works, would he not have been on like +4 laps and finished 8th? Because it's on laps completed, it should be. That seems wrong to me. He should still be classified as far as I'm aware. But hey. There we go. Great result anyway. Webber, Kubica and Verne on the podium behind the 2 Toyotas. I think we got that race spot on for the most part. But we just made that mistake with Trummer. Really, we pushed him too hard. But what I'm really glad about is how well those three drivers performed. And I think we're on the right train of thought in getting these XF1 drivers in. They're good lads. So Verne moves up to 5th on his own because he's the only one with that's been here all the way through for car number 1. Webber is 11th, Kubica 12th. As if this driver standings page could get any worse. So I mean, technically, if you bring him in half or like after one race, Verne could be world champion on his own. Anyway. XF1. XF. We need like a name for each car, but we should probably do that once we get the team set up. Yeah, we'll think about that another time. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I don't know if there even is a drivers' champion in endurance. To be fair, I guess there must be. Yeah, there is, isn't there? Because Webber was world champion. Anyway, we lose some more points to Sigmatech, 10 points down on them. We're making up this gap. We're a long way ahead of Rebellion and Bicoles, so 4th is all we needed. 3rd was the aim. So I think it's going to be a season-long fight with Sigmatech. Hopefully we can continue to improve our car. Which I think we're going to do for the next couple of... Do you guys think we should replace Verne so that it's a proper hired XF1 team? So we've picked all the drivers and put them in, and then we can save some money and start building the car before we fill the second car. I think we should replace... Or we could just put Verne in the other car, of course. And see who we can get next time. A lot of money in the bank, which means we've got plenty of money to keep developing the car. We can probably do both, to be fair, with the money we've got. But all in all, that was a good race. I enjoyed that one. It was... The rain really changed things up. There was a lot to manage during that race. But this is why I love endurance. I think it's such a perfect game mode for this kind of game, and it just brings so many more levels of strategy to the table. And they're real events, the race now, because they go on for so long as well. I enjoy it. Yeah, keep Verne for now. Yeah, I think if we do, whoever we bring into car number 2, I think we'll switch Verne to car number 2, sorry, and the next driver we bring in, we'll put in that number 1 car. And then we can start deciding who we want in car number 2. Try and figure out the hybrid mode thing. Okay, man. Yeah, it'd be good to know. I guess all we have to do is actually watch what's going on when we activate the hybrid mode, which I never do, really. So I can watch it back as well and take a look at that and see what happens. HQ upgrade is now 7 weeks away. So we're not going to have it in time for the next race, but hopefully the one after that. That's going to be a huge help to really pushing this car forward. Lots of money in the bank, so we can keep stuff up next time. Anyway, that's all for next race. I think we're going to call it there again today. What day works best for you guys? I was doing this series on Wednesdays, and then obviously the last couple of weeks I've been doing it on a Thursday. Does it make any difference to you guys, or would you prefer one day to the other? I can go back to Wednesdays, or we can move it to Thursdays permanently. I don't mind. I'm easy. Like a Sunday morning. Yeah, that's our big weak point, isn't it, really, the headquarters. Unfortunately. We're good everywhere else. Just concentrate on beating Signal Tech this year, and hopefully we can start trying to challenge them next week. All the same, Thursday's fine for this semester, but I only have another week and a half. Okay, doesn't matter too much then. Okay, I'll see how I feel next week. It'll probably change anyway, week to week, either Wednesday or Thursday. It depends how I feel after work and stuff as well. So, all right, well, it'll be Wednesday or Thursday. You guys can always watch it after the fact if you can't watch it live. But I do appreciate you guys for tuning in all the time. It means the world. A few new things and few changes coming in January to the channel, but I will talk about them nearer the time, presuming I get it all done. But I really appreciate all the support you guys give, and I've really enjoyed YouTube. I've really enjoyed YouTube this second year much more than the first year, and I'm going to really try and push on next year if I can. Yeah, you always miss them at some point. That's fair enough. I always say try and watch the same streams that I watch each week, and I always end up missing some of them. That's why they're available as VODs, isn't it? The fun from podcast. Get it done, Fox. Give me a time and a place, and I'll be there. You moving forward. Let's do it. Right. I am going to end the stream there for today, guys. Really appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed it. You made it a blast as always. So, final ORL race, just a quick announcement for that, is on Sunday in Monza. So it'd be cool if you guys can turn up for the end of term party. If not, of course, you can always watch it after the fact as a VOD, and we'll try and get the best result we can before the end of the season. Thought that will probably be out in December. Yeah, possibly. I'm about most weekends and most evenings, so whenever you, me and Forge can get together, we'll do it. For sure. Right. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to shoot off. I appreciate you all very much, and I'll see you again very soon.